Let's talk a little bit about the major and minor feeding tables. That's right, the solar tables is what they call them, solar tables. Good morning, guys and girls. Good morning. April 23, reading from the Catch of the Day book on the Catch a Better Life channel on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to that channel. Catch a Better Life. Your life will be better. Absolutely. Facebook, Jimmy Houston Outdoors, all capital letters. If you're on TikTok, Jimmy Houston Outdoors on TikTok. Have over 100,000 followers now over there. We've got about 1 million followers total on our YouTube, Instagram, or X, I guess it is now. 3 YouTube channels, Facebook, all of that stuff. April 23, we're looking in the book of Habakkuk. Habakkuk, that's right. Some of y'all might not even have heard of the book Habakkuk. Pretty difficult, not many people have read it. Here's what it says, though. It's pretty interesting. It says, just as wine can trick a person, those who are too proud will not last. And that's an interesting comparison right there. Those that wine can trick a person. You drink enough of it, it's going to trick you into doing something that you probably wouldn't have done had you not drank all that wine. Those who are too proud will not last. What in the world could I write about that? I'm not sure. I'll read it with you. When you're fishing for spawning bass, like we are right now this time of the year, it really helps to be able to see the fish. Actually be able to lay your eyeballs, have good Jimmy Houston polarized sunglasses, and be able to see that fish. It says right here in the next sentence, of course, great polarized sunglasses are a must. You have to have them. If you're not wearing polarized sunglasses when you're fishing for bed and bass, you're going to just miss a lot of fish. You're just not going to see them. By seeing the bass, we know better where to place our lures. We can make that exact perfect cast, put that bait right in the what we call the sweet spot on a bed. More importantly, we're able to determine the attitude of that fish. That's right, the attitude of that fish. We can determine the attitude of that fish. How that fish is reacting tells us how to catch that fish. And they all react differently, depending on where they are in the spawn, what's happened to them during the day, and they all act a little bit differently. This gives us clues on how to catch the fish, or maybe we might not even attempt that particular fish. We might just leave that fish and try to come back a little bit later on. That's really difficult to do in a tournament, but you know, since it's been an hour, if the attitude of that fish is such that you think you can't catch him. Pride can affect us like fishing without polarized glasses. Isn't that something? Pride can affect us like fishing without polarized sunglasses. If we're going to fish without polarized sunglasses for bed and bass, well, there's going to be a lot of them we just won't see. It makes our vision of life cloudy. Pride makes our vision of life cloudy. And it makes us miss the mark in our actions. We're actually missing the mark. Pride can blur the really important things in our lives. It can turn it can turn us into people that nobody wants to be around. Pride can actually turn us into people that are just not much fun to hang out with. We'll lose friends because of pride. Rest assured, here's the big deal. This is one of the devil's greatest tools that he uses to try to destroy us. And that's exactly what the devil is trying to do to you and me. He's trying to kill and destroy us, and uses pride as one of the ways to do it. How can we run all of our friends off? A great amount of pride will do it. A great amount of pride can run our friends off. How do we fight that? We ask God today to help us battle that adversary. The adversary is not pride. The pride is just a tool that the adversary, which is the devil, is using in our life to try to destroy us. Pride. Pride, pride, pride. So easy. Really easy for a tournament fisherman, especially if you're doing good. Especially if you just won a tournament or two. Really, really easy. Here's our tip for today. The only difference between a major and a minor feeding period, we talked about which one is the best to fish. We asked about if there's one better than the other. There is no difference between a major and minor feeding period in intensity. They're both great to fish. They're both just as important to be fishing your good spots during a major or minor feeding period. The major simply lasts longer. That's all there is to it. The major lasts about an hour and a half. The minor lasts about half that long. So a major and minor should be called the longer and the shorter, because that's really all they are. The fish bite very, very well. The action in the woods, activity in the water, all of that intensifies greatly during a minor feeding period. It does in a major also, it just gives you a longer time to be in that period. How do you use that to your advantage in your fishing? Well, you want to be in your very best places during major and minor feeding periods. So pay attention where they are throughout the day. Very best places where you can think you can catch a lot of fish, or your very best places where you can think you can catch a really, really big one. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. Fish lucky, and remember, I sure do love you.